This contains spoilers. Don't watch unless you are familiar with the show or want to know new information about episodes you haven't seen. Watch on if you like spoilers. This is the end of the discussion.
Hey guys, so I had to make this video, one, because I love the Vikings, and then two, because I am a big believer in not gaslighting people. So one, I think in the situation where Ragnar Lothbrok cheated on his wife, he deserves to feel like he left her. Because they did. So there was this scene, and it was a clip of like the Vikings where his son Bjorn goes and he asked his dad, like, his dad said, what type of father tears a son away from his mom? And then Bjorn says, well, you took me from my mother. And then Ragnar is like, how about this? You left me. She left me and you left me. Because here's what happened. Ragnar made a joke at the dinner table. And he was joking, saying, oh, we should have a threesome. He met this new princess. And then that princess woman went on to give him 4 sons, I believe. And then Lagartha, his wife at the time, she couldn't give him any children. And Bjorn was also in the same room while Ragnar was having interrelations with that woman. And I was like, that is so wrong. And even when Lagartha left him, I just felt like it wasn't the right decision. But Ragnar really did not want Lagartha to like be one wife. He wanted 2 wives. He wanted Lagartha and that other woman. And then that other woman went on to make fun of Lagartha and say, your womb is busted and broken because Lagartha had a miscarriage. She was just bleeding all over her bed. And then they lost their daughter. I believe their daughter died too. And then, again, a daughter still isn't as good as a son back then. And yeah, she also made fun of Lagartha and said, I produced 4 sons. I have the golden womb. I'm better than you. I have sons. And so, yeah, Lagartha did not like her for good reason. But don't get it twisted, because Lagartha come back on the attack. She slit that woman's throat. Okay? For the people who aren't watching Vikings or who may believe in watching Vikings, let me tell you that too. Okay? Lagartha slit the bitch throat, and the bitch knew she had it coming. She stood and she let her do it because she knew she was wrong and she was dirty. And for what she did, breaking up Lagartha's husband and her marriage. But I felt like Ragnar and her, like, Lagartha, you didn't have to leave for over 10 years. Like, it just seems so crazy to me how much time passed without even talking to Ragnar, because they were the couple. It didn't matter. They were together. They were the couple. They grew up on the same farm. Ragnar Lothbrok could not be with that princess woman. Okay? I don't even remember her in most of the series, other than she cared about her disabled son and she was mean and perceived. So, number 2, she broke up, like she caused a war basically, because you had some sons wanting to kill Lagartha, and then you had other sons wanting to protect Lagartha, and so yeah, she did get her revenge, so don't feel too bad. And I do think Ragnar has the right to feel sad, like, oh wow, my family left me. Even though, yeah, he did cheat on his wife. Yes. But he can still miss her. And we could tell, like, they missed each other. And even then, I want to say, yeah, it was gaslighting a bit, because his son said that you took me away from my mother. But honestly, I understand, because he was trying to express his pain. And then the father was like, oh, well, I have a bigger pain than you. And technically, that is exactly what happened. Like, the son literally chose not to stay with the mom. But I could see why he says the father broke up the family, because the father shouldn't have cheated. But here's the thing. Bjorn cheats on his girlfriend. Okay, he met a beautiful slave girl. And he went to her. She didn't go to him. He went up to her. She was a beautiful slave girl. Blonde, blue-eyed slave girl. And then he took that woman to war. And she was pregnant. He knew he got her pregnant, and he took her to war with his father, Ragnar Lothbrok. Do you know how Ragnar be fighting? And so he ended up getting that poor slave girl face busted. Like boom, 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 like 20,000 times. Like it was a horrible scene. I was like, they hurting her that bad? And he left her. He ended up leaving her and getting a princess, and then he cheats on that girl, and then his son dates that girl, and then he's a hoe. Just like his daddy. So it's funny how he want to talk about the sanctity of marriage and being a husband when that girl who is from the same tribe as you, the slave girl, you should have stayed with her. And then she had her, I guess she could have lost the baby. I don't know, but she disappeared. She said, I feel so bad. I'm ugly. I'm hideous. I'm bringing you down and I'm leaving. When it was his decision to take her to the fight. And then Ragnar brought the fucking reason, and I felt like he was too harsh. I did. I felt like Ragnar was way too harsh on the son. But he did say, you are the stupidest son I had. I cannot believe I had a son as stupid as you. How dare you bring a pregnant wife to the fight? And I felt like that was still too harsh because it's like, sometimes he just didn't know. Especially when it's not like she showed she had a baby bump. Like back then, you know, women could work and do things while they're pregnant. So I could see why it occurred, but still, no. But yeah, that's it. And yeah, they all do bad things, but there's my 2 cents about it.